Oh yeah, the noise of track gods or something like that. We have today the car that doesn't need a clickbait. Usually would have needed something because it's the first time we're featuring the LCI life cycle impulse or improvement or injection or something. Anyway, facelifted BMW G87 M2. First time we're driving it on track. And small teaser, just like the G82 LCI that we drove recently, this car blew me pretty much away with its capabilities on track and just how much more better the car is compared to the previous Gen M2. Because if you would compare them, like number wise, tiny bit of power on papers, actually not much more as far as I can remember, maybe tiny slightly different taillights or something like that, but the chassis handling is out of this world. It's absolutely insane. Some minor interior tweaks, you have like these aircon buttons here and there and stuff, but yeah, we drive cars here, we do not talk about aircon, although aircon was good the whole lap. For a black car, it's very nice. Anyway, aside from the factory upgrades, so this one is now from factory 480. Yeah. Yeah, because the CSL is now like 530 or something, something very much a lot, basically. Anyway, lots of power on paper. 480. This means probably when you put it on a dyno, it's going to be probably 580. I would expect, to be honest. That's the case of the modern BMWs. Then it already has a couple of mods, so namely Yokohama AD09 semi-slicks, which are extremely grippy. Very good pads that we know works. It's definitely up top level. Then, in addition, you can see it has a bit more front camber. Yeah, because you have camber plates. So how much you're running now?
2.9 on the front.
2.9. That's good for a street car. Very good. It's like track level. Like I would say 3.5, and you're like race car spec, you could say. Anyway, what I want to say is that it does come with the stock comfort seats, because the bucket seats you would have to wait extra 6 months, and you said never mind, I'm going to install bucket seats myself later on. Therefore, with very grippy tires, stock suspension as of now, it makes chassis a bit, yeah, roll over the coilovers. And with non-bucket seats, I ended up holding myself a lot against the steering wheel and the transmission tunnel and etc, etc. Therefore, grippy tires, fantastic, but they were also working against us, you could say. That's all I wanted to say. It was very, very nice. It's really, really good. It shows how good this chassis already out of the box is. And I guess, well, most importantly, thank you very much for making this happen. I'm happy we could make it happen. We were like one of the last cars on track for today. So right now the track is already closed. So yeah, I would say enjoy the lap and looking forward to seeing those being built. Yeah, because that's an insane chassis. A fun. One more thing we forgot to include, it does have a different exhaust. So it has a very interesting resonation because it does different kind of frequencies than the interior cabin sound that is mapped to the stock exhaust. So it sounds quite unmatching, because here you have different frequency and these interior speakers, they have different frequency. So that's something you need to take out for the future, because it sounds
BMW.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so if you're wondering why it has a weird sound, that explains it. Alright, so
yep.
How the new one performs. And yes, I forgot my gloves in another car.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they went to UK even, who knows.
M2 doing M2 things.
Yeah. Side impact, one of them is going to have a hole in their head. Well, I'm happy that the driver is taking care of the passenger, not herself.
Yeah. How thoughtful.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, the word to use.
It's your next mod to get the proper suspension.
Yeah.
Because now with the grip of the semis, it's too dancy. And
Yeah.
And also seats, because I'm just like, I'm flying around and the chassis is flying around. Oh, and the GoPro from the rear view camera is flying around.
Oh dear.
Oh man. Oh well.
I thought you'd take it quicker than half a lap to realise about the buckets.
Oh no, yellow flag. Sorry.
There's not much you can do there at that speed.
Yeah. Better to make it smooth than to panic and...
Yeah. Rather than just slam on.
That car I drove, I think last year actually, or year before, the Golf 7R from Belarus.
I love me a Golf.
Yeah. It's a DCR, I think it's
I had a
one.
DCR before this.
Yeah. This one is,
awesome.
for me, it's like one of the best platforms.
Yeah.
They've done such a great chassis tuning on those. verdict, just like with M4 LCI that I drove recently. The M2 is like,
Yeah.
it's like a, if this is already this, then what is CSL? Because this is basically CSL of the previous gen.
Yeah,
It's really freaking good. Like the chassis tuning is fantastic. Power, have you done any remap or something?
Stock.
Stock?
Yeah.
So just the exhaust something?
Yeah, just I've got a different exhaust.
Yeah, because the way it pulls, it's really freaking fast.
Yeah.
But with combination of really grippy tires, suspension is just too soft at this point. It just moves around, and you need bucket seats. This is what really like, oh, going there. Need buckets, because I was flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you have grippy tires, but chassis is moving, and you're moving in the seat, so it's double the movement. Trying to figure out what we do. It's of course comfort daily car.
Yeah.
So compromise, understandable. But this also shows if you put just suspension and just seats, or you spec your car with the bucket seats, then that's a freaking truck monster.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be like really.
Yeah. To be fair, when I built this, I had the carbons bucket spec'd.
Okay.
But for the only M2, you can only get those blue and red M stitching ones, and those ones specifically were on back order. So they said to me, yeah, you can have them, but you'll have to wait another 6 months.
Oh, oof, yeah, okay.
And when I forget that, I'll just get the cars.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, absolutely. No, loved it. Like I said, it's the only thing is it's the good upgrade, which is the tire, made it also bad in terms of you were just flying around too much.
Yeah.
But you could see like, yeah, how much you could do speed wise. The power wise is crazy, but also cornering speed is great. Could be also of course better because again suspension and seats. But I'm really impressed. Really impressed.